invite you now. Cameramen, photo, please, you are requested to please stop. Auditor General and Special Advisor to the Secretaries on Information. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. History, no doubt, has been made in Lagos State here and Center of Excellence. As the state is being governed by this highly focused and vibrant governor, a human crusader, philanthropist, administrator by excellence, who is further qualifying the state civil service with the swearing of this bunch of well-tested, highly articulated professionals who are bringing in culture to the state service. Your Excellency, sir, as we lead this back as the most outstanding governor in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, so we also boast that Lagos State parade the best. These are highly productive officers, well-tested, who can compete favorably with their counterparts in any part of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, this accolade goes to no other person than the man who stands atop of them all, the last man standing. They are only the only one late, the surviving son of the late stage in the political war. Shall we become together or shall we Your Excellency, sir, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. The Lagos State Civil Service, like we said, parades the best and the most successful. This workforce, they are so dedicated and they are so committed to your cause that we will do everything to really support you. While your distractors felt the state would have collapsed about a year ago. They thought civil servants would rise. They thought local government servants would rise. They thought people teachers would rise. But today, you are beating everyone you want to. Let's put hands together for this man. Your Excellency, sir, the distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. This part of civil servants that we are talking about are very highly productive. It's also being led by one man. Highly dedicated also, very seasoned, man of the people, vibrant, dedicated and very responsible. It is my pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to humbly invite number one civil servant in Nigeria, Mr. Sonia Johnson, to please welcome this country.
Chairman of local government, your Royal Highness, Scholars and Chiefs, Directors and Heads of Established Ministerial Departments, the family members of the newly appointed Secretaries, Auditor General, and Special Advisor on Information and Strategy for the Secretaries Govt of the State. Distinguished guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, it is with prominent delight that I welcome into our midst this morning His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, Bola Tinubu, and other eminent personalities here present. Today's occasion, marking the swearing in of newly appointed permanent secretaries, Auditor General of Local Government, and Special Advisor on Information Strategy in the State Public Service. It's particularly significant and historic because it ushers in 23 newly appointed permanent secretaries, one Auditor General for local government, and one Special Advisor for Information and Strategy to the Secretaries Govt, out of which not less than 8 are pioneer permanent secretaries for either newly created government ministries or agencies, or are assigned to offices having permanent secretary for the first time. In addition to this, the total number of permanent secretaries in this state now a record-breaking 50. As we are aware, there have been series of reorganization, restructuring, and realignment since I resumed duties in July 2004. The tempo increased between January to date, and is still ongoing. It is no longer news that part of the exercise was the injection of new blood and proven talent into the top echelon of the civil service. This development is in furtherance to the re-engineering effort of the present administration under the able leadership of His Excellency Govt Bola Tinubu, with the decision of the state public service for effective service delivery and enhanced capacity for increased productivity. I therefore express my deep gratitude to His Excellency for making today's situation a reality. It is one thing to propose an idea to your leader, and it's another thing for the leader to give it thought, consideration, and approval, and bring it to fruition. The appointment of this new permanent secretary must be seen as the effort of this administration to encourage professionalism, reward diligence and excellent officers without fear of failure. I wish to assure the yet new permanent secretary that their elevation to the exalted position of the permanent secretary therefore is based on your proven track record and the confidence this administration has in your ability to make a difference and help steer the ship of the state to greater heights. While congratulating you on your well-deserved appointment, I wish you God guidance and divine wisdom in the task ahead. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure to formally present to His Excellency the newly appointed permanent secretaries and their assigned ministry and office. Engineer F.J. Akisaya, Ministry of Housing. Mrs. A.L.A. Mamangola, Environmental Services Office. Mr. F.A. Abbas, Minister of Local Government and Citizen Services. Mr. Inambodi, Liaison Office Approval. Mrs. F.M. Ogutuachi, Ministry of Economic Planning and Budget. Mr. F.O. Olubaga, Past Station Monitoring Office. Mr. S.O. Akaku, Local Government Establishment and Pension Service. Mrs. R.T. Akiode, Cabinet Office. Dr. Mrs. F.M. Adeyemo, Public Finance and Debt Management Officer. Mr. P.O. Ashapa, Mrs. C.A. Biglarobia, Ministry of Home Affairs and Culture.
If you know,
Local Government Service Commission. Mrs. F.M. Judge, Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. Mr. A.M. Ajanaku, Deputy Government. Engineer R.R. Pedro, Ministry of Science and Technology. Engineer P.O. Barafan Matters, Ministry of Rural Development. Engineer P.O. Santos, Parent Services Office. Mrs. D.K. Fasasi, Office of the Surveyor General. Mrs. F.M. Awudisayo, Newtown Development Authority. Mrs. A.A. Olusoga, Minister of Establishment and Trade. Mr. S.S. Govt Bola, Office of Human Resources and Local Government Administration. Mr. M.M. Mazan, Auditor General of Local Government. Mr. S.P. Ayobolu, Special Advisor. Gentlemen of the press, this glorious occasion. Dr. Mrs. Bola Tinubu. Thank you all for your presence. May God Almighty bless you. Thank you.
Director Multilateral Project in State Ministry of the Environment, Lagos Clerical College, Surulere, and the Federal Technical College, Yaba, for his primary and post-primary education respectively. In pursuit of the proverbial golden fleece, he traveled to the United States of America, where he acquired the first degree in civil engineering in 1980 at West Virginia Institute of Technology, Montgomery, and a Master of Science degree in Civil Engineering at Tulane University, New Orleans, Louisiana, USA in 1984. After graduation, Engineer Akisoya worked briefly in the USA and in the private sector here in Nigeria before taking up appointment in the Lagos State Government in 1986. As a qualified engineer, his professional competence was brought to bear as the head of World Bank projects in the Ministry of the Environment, where he assisted in the design of an efficient drainage system to the flood metropolitan Lagos. He also has a stint at the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure as the Director, Project Monitoring. A fellow, Nigerian Institute of Civil Engineers, Nigerian Society of Engineers, member, American Society of Civil Engineers, Engineer Muideen Akisoya is a workaholic. He unwinds as a member at the Boys Club and Island Club, Lagos. He is a lover of table tennis and football. Engineer Muideen Akisoya is married with 4 children. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I respectfully present Engineer Muideen Akisoya, an ingenious officer to His Excellency for the swearing in as the permanent secretary. Makojola, Mrs. Ajibola Arafat Musumola Makojola was born on 3rd October 1951 in Lagos. She attended St. John's Primary School, Aroloya, and yesterday, Girls Grammar School, Ibadan. A pioneer staff of the Ministry of the Environment, she featured prominently in the establishment of the Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, LASEPA, in 1996. An accomplished scientist in a seemingly male-dominated terrain, Mrs. Ajibola Makojola had her university education at the Eastern Illinois University, Charleston, Illinois, USA, between 1973 and 1978. She bagged her first and second degrees in biological sciences with distinction. Her exploit really earned her the honor of being the only Nigerian student to be elected as member of the Beta Biological Honor Society in 1976. Makojola joined the Lagos State Civil Service in 1980 as a chemist grade 1 in what was then the only Ministry of the Environment in the country. Her inputs were immense in the draft legislation, policy and implementation of environmental sanitation, beautification and enforcement programs of past and present administration in the state. Since joining the service, the unassuming Mrs. Makojola has served on several committees, which include waste management and environmental sanitation competition, among others. In the course of her career in the service, she had attended many seminars and workshops, locally and abroad, and contributed immensely to environmental sanitation and waste management in Lagos State. She is married with children and is a member of several social clubs, including the Lioness Club and Sorority Club. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Makojola is respectfully presented to you, sir, for oath taking as a permanent secretary. Ayokunle Abbas. Mr. Moshood Ayokunle Abbas was born on 27th November 1952 to the famous Abbas family of Ekpetele in the Lagos Island government area. He attended Adeoshodi Memorial Baptist School, Lagos, for his primary education, and Sarodin High School, Surulere, for his post-primary education, and Molusi College, Ijebu, for his higher school certificate course. Mr. Abbas is a pioneer graduate from the University of Ilorin and obtained a Bachelor of Arts degree in English/History in 1979 and later bagged Masters in Public Administration from the University of Lagos in 1989. He joined the Civil Service of Lagos State in August 1980 at the Lagos State Health Management Board, now Hospitals Management Board, in 1987. Mr. Ayokunle Abbas has served in various ministries and agencies of the civil service, including the Local Government Service Commission, Ministry of Education, Civil Service Commission, that is the Training Department, the Department of Local Government, the Deputy Governor's Office, Office of Local Government Administration, and the Cabinet Office, where he distinguished himself as an accomplished writer before his appointment as the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs. Mr. Abbas is a member of the Nigerian Institute of Management. He is married with children. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I hereby Mr. Moshood Ayokule Abbas, to His Excellency the Governor of the State for swearing in as the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Development and GTC Affairs.
He was born to the families of late Festus and Mrs. Christiana Olu Ambode of Ekwe on 14th June 1963. He had his primary education at St. Jude's Primary School in Utimeta between 1969 and 74. He thereafter proceeded to the Federal Government College, Warri, for his secondary and higher school education. Akin's brilliance earned him an enviable aggregate 16 in the school certificate examination in the whole of West Africa in 1981. He subsequently bagged his first and second degrees in accounting from the prestigious University of Lagos in 1984 and 88 respectively. Akin qualified as a chartered accountant in 1987. He is today a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, IGA. Mr. Ambode's public service career began in 1985 as an accountant too with the then Lagos State Waste Disposal Board. He moved to the State Local Government Service Commission in 1987. He served in several local governments and subsequently rose to become Director of Finance in the local government system. In 2001, he became the first Auditor General for local governments in the history of Lagos State. An expert in finance-related matters, Mr. Ambode has served in various committees, including those on sharing of assets and liabilities of newly created local governments in Lagos State, 1996 to 2002, Lagos State Economic Empowerment and Development Strategy, LASTI, and recently, the Committee on New Region for Revenue Mobilization for Local Governments. The highly sociable Akin Ambode, who is married with children, is hereby presented to Your Excellency, sir, for swearing in as a Permanent Secretary. 6th of July, 1951, Mr. Ailara attended St. Paul's Primary School, Lagos, Molusi College, Ijebuigbo, and Federal School of Science for primary and post-primary education. He started working in January 1970 as a clerical officer in the State Civil Service. However, he proceeded on study leave without pay in November 1974 and returned with a Bachelor of Science degree in Physiology from the University of Ibadan in 1978. He was thereafter upgraded and converted to the post of Administrative Officer Grade 8 in September of the same year. His sojourn in the service has taken him through various ministries, establishments, and special assignments, including the Governor's Office, Lagos State Electricity Board as Secretary, Ministry of Education, where he also served as Head of Protocol to 5 governors in Lagos State. Mr. Ailara was at one time sole administrator at Agege Local Government. He was also in the Office of Local Government Administration and the State Liaison Office, Abuja, where he remained until his recent appointment as Permanent Secretary in the State Public Service. Mr. Ailara is happily married with children. Your Excellency, I present to you Mr. Sikiru Ailara for swearing in, Suraju Ailara for swearing in as the Permanent Secretary in the State Civil Service. Born in Lagos on 11th October 1954, Mrs. Oguntuashe started her primary education at St. Jude's School in Utimeta in 1960 and completed it at Christ Church Cathedral, Bachi, Lagos in 1966. She was at the Queen's School, Ibadan for her secondary and higher school education, which she completed in 1972. A graduate of economics from the University of Lagos, Akoka in 1976, she later bagged 2 master's degrees, one in business administration from the University of Louisiana in 1983, and the other in Development Economics from the University of Birmingham in 1990. As seasoned administrator, Mrs. Oguntuashe started her civil service career in 1977 as an administrative officer grade 8 with the then Ministry of Economic Development and Establishment. She has served several postings and she rose to become Director of Finance and Administration and later Director of Budget in the Ministry of Economic Planning and Budget. She once served as Secretary of the New Towns Development Authority between 1983 and 1985. She had a brief stint as Executive Secretary in TIOSA and later Amuward of Local Governments in the year 2003. She is happily married with children. Your Excellency, sir, I present to you Mrs. Florence Oguntuashe for swearing in as the Permanent Secretary in the State Civil Service. Thank you.
Your Excellency, sir, may I now request all the Permanent Secretary now to rise and step forward as they climb and the first office, Mrs. B.A. Akram, and Engineer Broadcaster, Permanent Secretary Office of Force, Engineer and Victoria. The first set is going to be presented by Mrs. B.A. Akram. Please let's put our hands together for her, please.
Mr. Fatai Olajide Babatide Olukoga was born on the 27th of September 1951. He started his educational career at St. John's School, Aro Loya, Lagos, and Ansarudin College, Solo, for his primary and post-primary education. He was awarded first degree in social cultural process in 1975 and Master of Business Administration, MBA, in 1976, respectively, from Governor State University, Illinois University, United States of America. He joined the Lagos State Refuse Disposal Board, now the Lagos State Waste Management Authority, as an assistant training manager in 1979, and transferred his service to the mainstream of the civil service in July 1996 as an assistant director in the erstwhile General Services Group, now known as Public Service Office. Mr. Olukoga rose to the post of the director in 1997. He was appointed Chairman, Caretaker Committee, Ojo Local Government from July 1998 to June 1999. He has served on various committees such as the Environmental Matters and the Monitoring of Lagos State Government Projects. Mr. Olukoga is a fellow of the Institute of Management Consultants of Nigeria and the Public Administration of Nigeria. He is also a member of some reputable social clubs, including the Island Club, the Orodu Club, and the Oribu Club. He is happily married with children. It is a singular honor and my pleasure, sir, to present Mr. Fatai Olajide Bola Tinubu 10th for swearing in as the Permanent Secretary in the Lagos State Public Service. I am uniquely privileged, Your Excellency, to present to you Mr. Samuel Oyetola Akapo, an active administrator. Mr. Akapo started his public service career as an administrative officer in 1979. Born on 16 November 1955, he started his academic pursuit at St. Thomas Primary School, Badagry, in 1964. After which, he was admitted into the popular Badagry Grammar School. He had his post-secondary education at University of Lagos and graduated in 1978 with a BSc degree in zoology. Still determined to be completely homegrown, Mr. Akapo attended Administrative Staff College of Nigeria, ASCON, for his postgraduate diploma in public administration. He is a member of both the Institute of Management and Institute of Personnel Management. This accomplished officer went through the entire spectrum of administration to rise to the position of director in 1999. He served variously as coordinator of the National Identity Card Project from 1984 to 1996. He was private secretary to 2 military administrators of Lagos State between 1993 and 1996. Mr. Akapo was also the pioneer sole administrator and chairman of the Board of Local Government between 1996 and 1997. In the year 2002, he served as the Administrative Secretary, Committee on Creation of Additional Local Government in Lagos State. He is married with 3 children. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this great apocalypse, Mr. Samuel Oyetola, is hereby formally presented to you to be sworn in as the Permanent Secretary in the Lagos State Public Service. Praise! Richard Titi Lion and Kiyobi. Was born in Lagos on 27 September 1955. He started her education in Kano at St. Louis Primary School in 1951 and completed it at St. Mary's Convent School, Lagos in 1958. Briefly, as she is commonly called, left Lagos again, this time for Ijebu to acquire secondary education at Muslim Girls High School between 1969 and 1973, and returned to Ahmadiyya College, Agege, between 1973 and 1975 for her higher school certificate. One of the very few females to attend what later became an all-male school. She thereafter proceeded to University of Lagos and Bola. She studied history and obtained a Bachelor of Arts degree in 1978. A holder of a postgraduate diploma in public administration obtained from the Administrative Staff College of Nigeria, ASCON. Mr. Akiode's career in the civil service started in 1979 as an administrative officer grade 8 GLOA. Mrs. Rita Akiode's career has traversed the length and breadth of the civil service. There she served in various capacities and in various ministries, including education, Office of the Special Advisor on Housing and Economic Matters, Establishment and Training, Work and Land Bureau. This most unassuming and humble officer was until her appointment as Permanent Secretary, Director, Service Matters, Public Service Office, in the Office of the Head of Service. Mrs. Akiode is happily married with children. Your Excellency, sir, it is an honor for me to present to you Mrs. Rita Akiode to be sworn in as the Permanent Secretary to the State Public Service.
Dr. Mrs. Bola Tinubu was born on the 9th of February 1951 in Lagos. She started her primary education at Baptist Day School at Bola Tinubu, Lagos. Her middle junior and senior schools began for primary and post-primary education respectively. Dr. Mrs. Tinubu started her working career as clerical officer at the Federal Ministry of Education in 1971. In search of higher education, she proceeded to the University of Ife, where she obtained her first degree in political science in 1978. She transferred to Lagos State Government in 1979 as an assistant secretary. She worked in various offices, including the Office of the Head of Service, Ministry of Education, Secretary Lagos State Scholarship Board, and the Ministry of Finance in December 1984, where she had a eventful career spanning over 20 years. She passed her master's degree in Social Science, Development, Finance, as graduation, and PhD in Accounting and Finance in 1990 and 1998 respectively. Dr. Mrs. Adeyemo participated in various committees, which include National Policy on Economic Development for Nigeria, Study Tour of South Africa by the World Bank, assessment of the comparison of Lagos State civil service proposed by the staff of South Africa, World Bank Task Force on Country Procurement Assessment Report, and Country Financial Accountability Assessment. She partook in the establishment of the International Bank PLC and Lagos State Committee that worked on the memorandum on the 1999 review of revenue allocation formula. The pioneer permanent secretary for the public finance and debt management in the state, Dr. Mrs. Adeyemo, is happily married with children. Your Excellency, sir, I hereby present Dr. Mrs. Bola Tinubu to the Governor of Lagos State for swearing in as the permanent secretary in the Lagos Civil Service. Citation on Mr. Bariu Olugbega Ashafa. Mr. Bariu Olugbega Ashafa was born on 22nd July 1955 in Lagos Island. He attended Christ Church Cathedral Primary School in Lagos from 1961 to School to 1968, CNS Grammar School 1969 through to 1973, and Federal School of Science, Lagos, for his O-levels and A-levels respectively. His third qualification took him abroad where he attended Morgan State University, Maryland, for his Bachelor of Science degree, cum laude, and University of Tennessee, United States of America, for his Master's of Science degree. He joined the local government civil service on 2nd March 1981 as an administrative officer grade 2, GLO 8. He worked in various local governments, among which are Surulere, Lagos Mainland, Ikeja, Agege, etc. He left the state civil service briefly for the cocoa industry. Thereafter, he joined the state civil service in 1999 as Director of Planning in the Office of Chief of Staff and was later deployed as the Executive Secretary, Land Use and Allocation Committee in January 2001. His dynamism and resourcefulness resulted in the administration of several old moribund schemes, including the Ijaniki, Rose Valley, Ibadan New Town, Immortal Residential from Industrial, Agoa Residential from Industrial, to mention a few. Mr. Aishafa is a member of some professional associations, amongst which are the National Association of Local Government Administrators, the Nigerian Institute of Management, and the Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria. He is happily married with children. It is therefore a pleasure to present Mr. Bariu Olubenga Aishafa to His Excellency for swearing in as Permanent Secretary in the Lagos State Civil Service. She had a primary school education at Roman Catholic Mission School, Apapa, and also attended Holy Child College, Obalede, for postgraduate education. Mrs. Bello Arobire attended the State School of Nursing and qualified in 1972 as a registered nurse. She proceeded to the School of Midwifery, Pastry, Maternity, Scotland, where she obtained a certificate in midwifery and thereafter obtained a degree in nursing administration from the University of Ibadan in 1979. This was crowned with a master's degree in public administration obtained in 1998 from the Lagos State University. Her working experience commenced in 1980 in the Ministry of Health, where she was employed as a nurse. Later, she was converted into administrative care in 1983. Mrs. Bello Arobire found herself in the Ministry of Education. This marks the beginning of her administrative career in the State Civil Service, which took her through various ministries such as Ministry of Education, Ministry of Information and Culture, General Services Bureau, now Public Service Office, Ministry of Home Affairs and Culture, where she was the Secretary, Christian Pilgrims Welfare Board, where she successfully organized several pilgrimages to the Holy Land until her appointment as Permanent Secretary in the State Public Service. A fellow of the Institute of Public Administration of Nigeria, Mrs. Caroline Adadeze Bello Arobire was awarded the State Government Productivity Merit Award in 1997. She is married with children. Your Excellency, I present to you Mrs. Caroline Adadeze Bello Arobire to be sworn in as the Permanent Secretary in the State Civil Service. Thank you.
Was born on 16th January 1950 at Ibadan, Southwest Nigeria. She attended United Missionary College Demonstration School, Ibadan, for her elementary education, while her secondary education was acquired at Methodist High School, Elisha, and Ibadan Grammar School, Ibadan, where she was the head girl. She graduated with the honors degree in chemistry from the prestigious University of Lagos, with postgraduate qualifications in environmental science and technology and management training, RIPA London, in addition to several in-service training courses. She commenced an outstandingly successful career spanning over 25 years in public service as an education officer in 1977 and scientific officer in Lagos State Water Corporation in 1980. She served in many senior management positions in the corporation, where she rose to the post of Assistant General Manager, Administration, before she transferred to the mainstream of the civil service as Director of Finance and Administration in the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Social Development in July 1999. Modupe has a range of interests and active membership of several religious and philanthropic. Modupe is happily married with children. Your Excellency, sir, I present Mrs. Modupe Bola Tinubu as Permanent Secretary. Mrs. Bola Tinubu was born on 10th March 1957 in Kobuaguda, Brazilian quarters in Lagos Island. Her education pursuit started at Anglican Girls Primary School, Surulere, and Queen's College in Yaba, Lagos, 1963 and 1970 respectively, for her primary and post-primary education. She graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in Chemistry in 1979 from University of Ibadan, obtained a postgraduate diploma in Public Administration in 1985, and a Master's degree in Business Administration in 1989 from MASCOM and University of Lagos respectively. She started her civil service career in October 1980 as an administrative officer through GLO 8 and worked in various capacities as an admin officer. She served as a director in various capacities in the General Services Bureau, Teaching Service Commission, and Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation before her appointment as Permanent Secretary of the Ministry in February 2005. Mrs. Jagi made tremendous contributions to the state policy on poverty alleviation and several papers on the subject. She is married with children. It is indeed my pleasure to present to you, Your Excellency, Mrs. Bola Tinubu, a groomed and seasoned administrator who is equipped to take service to an enviable position for swearing in as the Permanent Secretary in the State Public Service. Citation of Mr. Adebunle Mubashiru Ayanaku, the Permanent Secretary, Deputy Governor's Office. Born on 11 July 1957, Mr. Adebunle Mubashiru Ayanaku is from Lagos Island. He had his primary and secondary education at Ansarudin Alaro and Ansarudin Grammar School, respectively, and completed his higher school certificate at CMS Grammar School in 1978. his insatiable quest for higher education took him to the University of Ibadan, where he obtained a first degree in sociology, and later the University of Lagos, where he was awarded a master's degree in public administration in 1989. A humble pragmatist, Mr. Tinubu was initially employed in the Lagos Civil Service as higher executive officer general duties leader in September 1983. Soon afterwards, in October of the same year, he converted to the administrative officer's cadre. He rose steadily through the ranks until he became director on 4th January 2003. During the course of his career, he was principal private secretary to the Lagos State Military Administrator from 1996 to 1998, and general manager, Lagos State Railway Corporation, in a keenly competitive terrain from February 2001 to February 2005. He was member, secretary of numerous ad hoc committees, and administrator of WAF. Mr. Tinubu was school prefect at Santarin Grammar School 1976, best graduating sociology student of the University of Ibadan in 1982, best graduating public administration student of the University of Lagos 1989, and twice a beneficiary of accelerated promotion in the civil service career. Your Excellency, with your kind permission, Mr. Tinubu is presented to you for swearing in as permanent secretary. Thank you, sir.
Citation of Engineer Rotimi Raji Bello. Engineer Rotimi Raji Bello was born in Port Harcourt on 21st February 1953. He attended Christ Church Cathedral School, Lagos, Methodist Boys High School, also in Lagos, and the University of Lagos, where he bagged the BSc degree in Mechanical Engineering in 1978 and a postgraduate diploma in Metallurgy in 1981. Engineer Pedro began his working career as a mechanical engineer too in 1979 with the Ajaokuta Steel Company Limited, before joining the State Civil Service in 1985 as a principal mechanical engineer, grade level 12, and moved to the position of the director, grade level 16, in 1998. Engineer Pedro pioneered the Economic Empowerment Program in Lagos State under the National Directorate of Employment, NCE, in 1986. The program provided job opportunities for thousands of Lagos State citizens. Engineer Pedro was the mechanical engineering consultant to the Ministries of Health, Justice, Education, among others, before his present appointment in February 2005. He is a fellow, Nigerian Society of Engineers, fellow, Nigerian Institute of Mechanical Engineers, member of Nigerian Society of Engineers and Korean, among others. Martin was born on 3rd June 1957 in Lagos. He started his primary education at St. Stephen's School in Kent, United Kingdom, and completed it at the St. Mary's Primary School in Lagos. Thereafter, he attended St. Gregory's College, Obalinde, for his post-primary education. He sat for his West African School Certificate Examination, GCA level, at the Basic School of Education, Ibadan Polytechnic. He holds a BSc degree in Civil Engineering from the University of Ife, and also obtained an MSc degree in Civil Engineering from the University of Lagos, majoring in Highway and Transportation. Engineer Martin
began his working career in the Lagos State Civil Service in 1983, and at various times headed maintenance and engineering departments in Ministry of Works and some local governments. His sundry assignments culminated in his appointment as General Manager for the Lagos State Ferry Service. He participated in several courses and seminars in engineering project management, both locally and abroad. In January 2003, Engineer Bangoshe Martin assumed the position of Director, Planning and Design in the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure. He is a professional member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and Institute of Highways and Transportation. Engineer Bangoshe Martin is married with children. It's my singular honor, sir, to present Engineer P.O. Bangoshe Martin, an engineer of repute, to Your Excellency to be sworn in as Permanent Secretary in the Lagos State Civil Service. Citation of Engineer Santos Peter Olubomi. Engineer Peter Olubimi Santos was born in the Brazilian quarter, Lagos, on 29 June 1951. He attended St. Peter's University, Lagos, Ijebode Grammar School, and Government College Ibadan for his primary and post-primary education respectively. In the year 1976, Mr. Santos qualified as an engineer, having graduated with BSc Honours in Civil Engineering from the University of Nigeria in Nsukka. Apart from his academic degree, Engineer Santos attended proficiency courses at other highbrow universities in Germany in 1991, in Bradford, UK 1992, and South Alberta, Canada